When we talk about the Rhinelands, we are referring to the 5 countries that make up the Rhinelands. There are 5 countries that are drained by River Rhine. And these countries include people are following. Which is the first country that is drained by River Rhine from my screen? Yes, Edina? Edina Namato. Yes? Yes, Edina Namato.
No. It is Switzerland.
The 5 countries. The first one is
Switzerland.
Very good. Switzerland.
Germany.
By River Rhine.
Germany.
The second one?
German.
Yes, German.
Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Belgium.
I'm no longer seeing.
Belgium.
We're not seeing one eye.
Luxembourg. Luxembourg. So the 5 countries that are drained by River Rhine, include Switzerland, the Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg. So these are the regions, the countries that make up the Rhine region. Now, I want us now to come home to East Africa. I'm sure I have already covered East Africa. We have already covered East Africa.
I'm not getting you.
Sorry? So we have said the 5 countries that make up the Rhinelands are Switzerland, Germany, Luxembourg, Netherlands, etc. And I want us now to make a comparison. I want us to make a comparison of East Africa and the Rhinelands. We want to make a comparison because in an exam, they might ask you that you compare East Africa and the Rhineland. So when we compare East Africa, how many countries make up East African community? How many countries? Now that we have known the countries that make up the Rhineland, how many countries make up the East African community?
The East African community.
How many countries make up?
There are 6.
How many
countries?
6.
If I say 6, yes, how many?
7.
Can we name them? Can we name the countries that make up East Africa?
Yes.
Uganda. Sudan.
Another country?
Kenya.
Kenya, very good.
Tanzania.
Tanzania.
Rwanda.
Burundi.
Rwanda.
Burundi.
Burundi.
South Sudan.
How many are those?
There are 6.
6.
How
There
many
are
are
6.
those?
6.
There are six. There are six. Very good. So we want to compare the other 5 countries with our 6 countries that make up East Africa. Once we make that comparison, we shall now come to know how big is that region called
Sudan.
Rhinelands. So we want first to compare the land area and size. When we look at the Rhinelands, it is smaller than East Africa. The 5 countries we have talked about, their size is smaller than East Africa. In fact, it is smaller than Tanzania and smaller than Kenya. Can you hear me? We are saying if you compare the size of the Rhineland, the 5 countries, it is smaller than East Africa. And we are saying it is even smaller if you compare the size of a country like Tanzania and Kenya. Germany, which is the biggest country in the Rhinelands, is slightly bigger than Uganda. I want us to learn this comparison. They're saying Germany is the biggest, but if you compare Germany and Uganda, it is just slightly bigger than Uganda. Then number 2, when you look at the population, the number of people, East African population is slightly bigger than the Rhinelands. East African population is slightly bigger than the Rhinelands. Rhinelands have a population of about 120 million, while East Africa has a population of 135 million. So we are saying the population of East Africa is slightly bigger than that one of the Rhinelands. The Rhinelands have a high population density than East Africa. And East Africa has a low population density. Then when we go to topography and relief, East Africa is generally a plateau area. If I may ask, what is a plateau? When we say that East Africa is generally a plateau area, what is a plateau? Members, geographers, what is a plateau? Edna, your hand is up.
Is a flat
A
top
plateau
piece
is
of
a very flat top piece of land.
Everest, the answer is yes, Everest.
A plateau is a tableland.
Gamba.
It is a plateau.
A plateau is a very flat top piece of land.
Yes, Mutebi George, Mutebi.
A plateau is a flat top piece of land.
A flat top. So we are saying East Africa is generally like what? Generally, plateau area is volcanic and other mountains, while lands is generally a low land punctuated with forests, volcanic, and other mountains. Are we together? If we are comparing the relief, East Africa is like a plateau-like, but with volcanic and other mountains. And then Rhinelands, it is a low land, punctuated with fold and volcanic mountains. Most of the land in East Africa is above 1,000 meters above sea level, while most of the Rhinelands is below this height, above sea level. So we are saying that the Rhinelands is on a low level. Then when we look at both regions have rift valleys. I don't know whether you know that in East Africa we have a rift valley. Yes. Tekno, your hand is up. Tekno. We are saying that both regions have rift valleys. Do we have a rift valley in East Africa? Yes. Denise. Both regions have rift
Comparison
valleys.
between Rhinelands and East Africa.
East Africa. Yes. Can you mute your mics, you people? Do we have a rift valley in East Africa? We have a rift valley.
Yes.
Speak out.
We have a rift valley in East Africa.
Yes, we have a rift valley.
Yeah, we are saying there is a great rift valley in East Africa, and there is also a rift valley in the Rhinelands. For the Rhinelands, the rift valley extends from Basel in Switzerland to Mainz in Germany. And in East Africa, our rift valley starts from where? Where does the East African rift valley start from? If I can hear from you. We have the Great Rift Valley of East Africa. Which countries are crossed by the Rift Valley in East Africa? Yes?
Me teacher, let me try.
Edina? Yes, you can try. Yes, you try.
Uganda and Kenya.
So you're saying the Rift Valley crosses Kenya, it
And Uganda.
goes up to Uganda, isn't it? So we are
Yes.
saying in the Rhinelands, the Rift Valley, I've told you, it extends from Basel in Switzerland and goes up to Mainz in Germany. However, East African Rift Valley is much longer when you compare the distance covered by the Rift Valley. The East African Rift Valley is much longer and more complex than the Rift Valley in the Rhine region. So we are saying both regions have Rift Valley. Then when we go to climate, the climate, East Africa experiences a tropical climate. Can you hear me? People are saying they have network problem. Can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher, we can hear you.
We are saying East Africa experiences a tropical climate, while the Rhinelands experience a temperate climate. East Africa experiences wet and dry season, while the Rhinelands experience 4 seasons. The temperate type of climate, it has 4 seasons, and the one is spring, summer, autumn, and winter. For us, East Africa, we have 2 distinct, the dry season and the wet season. While the region covered by the Rhinelands, they experience spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Those are based on changes in temperature. We are saying that East Africa is located astride the equator. I'm sure you all know that we have that latitude called what? Equator. While the Rhinelands lie far north of the equator. Next one, the East African countries lie astride the equator. I'm sure you know where the equator passes. For example, here in
Yes.
Uganda. Are we together?
Yes, Puja.
Then, when we talk about river navigation, most of the rivers in East Africa are not good for navigation. Members, we have rivers in East Africa. You know, rivers in East Africa, we have many. We are saying most rivers are not good for navigation, while most of the rivers in the Rhinelands, they are good for navigation. Why do you think most of our rivers are not good for navigation, members? We have rivers, yes, and we are saying
Because
they are
our
not good for navigation. What makes our rivers not good for navigation? Yes, Mutele.
Because of water highness.
We have the problem of water hyacinth.
The rivers contain hippos.
Geographic.
The hippos, they contain hippos.
Contain dangerous animals for navigation.
What is the major cause of our rivers not being good for navigation? Yes, we have the hyacinths, we have the wild animals, but there is a major problem that hinders our rivers for navigation.
Waterfalls.
We have some, at certain points we have water.
They are narrow.
They are narrow. At some points we have waterfalls. Very good. So we are saying most East African rivers are not good for navigation. While most rivers in the Rhinelands are good for navigation. Now let us look at the economy. East Africa relies mainly on agriculture. Our backbone, the main economic activity carried out in East African countries is agriculture. While the Rhineland rely mainly on industry. So it is agriculture against industry. East Africa largely exports and processed or semi-processed products. Can you give me examples of our products that we normally export? What products do we normally export as East African community?
There is oil which
Coffee.
hasn't been already released.
Eggs. We export eggs.
Coffee.
Ivory.
Coffee.
Tea.
Coffee.
Ivory.
Vanilla.
Maize.
Gold.
Copper.
Tea. Ivory. Ivory.
Can you read the next point on economic productivity? Can you? Who can read the next point? Yes, Denis.
Bold.
The next point on the economic production.
I'm not getting you clearly.
Okay, and read activity.
East Africa is less productive with under development technology, while Rhinelands are highly productive with advanced technology.
Yes, that's fine. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now mute your microphone. They say that East Africa is less productive with another form of technology. Now you can see that when you look at yes, teacher Mary, when you look at what is taking place in the world, those people have been studying all along their time. So we see that robotics and other form of technology in East Africa, we are still not at that particular level with the European countries where Rhineland is located. Is it okay? I think that point is fine. Okay, so Joe, can you continue reading for us? Urbanization. Read.
Yes. Read for us the sentence under urbanization.
Okay, Mutebi. Okay.
Yes, Mutebi.
I'm not seeing the point. I'm not seeing the point. Yes, I'm not seeing the point.
Under urbanization.
Yes.
Let us hear from Edina. Edina, can you read for us? Edina? Edina, can you be able to?
Point, teacher.
I'm not seeing the point.
You're not seeing the point.
Yes.
No,
Can
Not
you-
seeing the point.
Urbanization.
Let me read it, teacher.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm seeing it.
Can you read for us?
Most of the people in East Africa live in the villages, while most of the people in the Rhinelands live in urban areas.
Very good. We are saying that most people in East Africa live in villages. When we talk about villages, you know how villages look like here in East Africa. When we talk about villages, you might find these are areas with no electricity, but some villages have electricity, but they don't have like piped water. But we are saying that in the Rhinelands, people live in urban areas. So, members, I want us now to go direct to one of the countries we have mentioned, and I want us to study about Switzerland. Remember, we said there are 5 countries, and among the 5 countries, we have this country called Switzerland. People, can you put down your hands? Can you put down your hands? And then we continue. Put down your hands, and then we talk about Switzerland. Very good. We are saying Switzerland is one of the countries that make up the Rhinelands, and it is a small landlocked country. It is a landlocked country located in Central Europe. Europe. These are countries that don't have access to the water, especially at their borders. And in East Africa, we have some countries that also are called landlocked. So Switzerland is a landlocked country found in Central Europe. It is strategically located, bordered by Germany in the north. If you look at the map of Switzerland, it borders with Germany in the north. We have France in the west and northwest, and then Austria in the east. You people who have already covered this, you know that Switzerland borders with those countries. It covers a total land area of 42,000 kilometers squared. Remember, we said that the whole of the Rhinelands compared to Tanzania. Tanzania is bigger than those countries. So now we are looking at Switzerland alone. And we are saying Switzerland covers 42,000 kilometers squared. The country is not well endowed with natural resources. When we talk about natural resources, we are referring to things like minerals, but it is one of the industrialized countries in Western Europe. If you can remember, we said these people have high technology and they produce goods of high quality. So here we are, and we are saying, though Switzerland is not well endowed with natural resources, it is highly industrialized. When we look at the physical regions of Switzerland, physical regions that make up Switzerland, Switzerland is divided into 3 main relief of physical regions. I want to ask you, who can tell us these 3 physical regions that make up Switzerland? By show of hands, I want to check if people are following. What are these 3 physical regions that make up this country called Switzerland?
The Alps.
Lawrence, Sergo Lawrence. Sergo?
The Alps.
The Alps, very good. We have the Alps as one of the physical regions. Yes? We are saying there are 3. One is Alps. Then the second one?
The Jura.
Put up your hand. Put up your hand. We have the Alps. The second one? Yes? 3 physical regions that make up Switzerland. Alps is number 1. Then 2, Nanteza?
The Jura.
The Jura, very good. We have Alps, we have the Jura, and then the third one?
The second one.
The third one? Yes? Which is the physical region? Yes, Nanteza? The third one is which one? We have the Alps, we have the Jura, and the third one is? Third one is the Central Plateau, or what we can call the Swiss Plateau. So these are the 3 physical regions that make up the relief or the physical region of Switzerland. I want to show you the map. I want to show you the map that represents the physical regions we have talked about. I have the map showing the physical regions of Switzerland. Can you be able to see it on the screen? Can you be able to see the map?
No.
I'm seeing it. seeing it.
It is
Yeah,
coming.
but it's not
It is
clear.
coming. It is coming.
Yes.
Yes. And we have
the map
said
is small.
the map is, can you see the map?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. So that map shows the three system regions we are talking about. You remember, you told me we have the Arabs, we have the Central Plateau, and then we have the Jura. So that part up, which is colored with color yellow. Do you see that part up? Do you see the color yellow?
Yes.
Yes.
Who can tell me what is represented by that color yellow from the key? Because that map has a key. That's
Teacher,
what I
me.
will. Yes?
Me.
Jura.
Jura.
It is Jura. That part that is covered by, that is covered with yellow, that is the Jura. Then, who can tell me that middle part? That middle part.
Me.
Yes.
The
Yes?
Swiss Plateau.
Very good.
Plateau.
That is the plateau. That is the Swiss plateau. I want you to
The Swiss
describe
plateau.
the area that is covered by the Swiss plateau, the area that is covered by Jura. And then what about that part that is covered with green?
The Alps.
Which part is covered with green? Tendo Jennifer.
Madam Mummy. Tutorials is speaking. Takamba speaking.
You guys are not hearing you.
Yes, I'm asking. The upper part is, they have mentioned the upper part. And I want us to name that part that is covered with green.
The Jura.
The Jura is already mentioned, is covered with yellow.
Alps.
If you can
The Alps.
look
Jura,
at the
Jura.
screen, we have Jura covered with yellow. We have the plateau covered with brown color. And then now I'm asking about that green. Very good. So this part covered with green is the Arabs. Members, I want you to look critically at this map. Remember we said making a lot of noise. Can you mute your mics? We said, you look at the map on the screen. We said that Switzerland borders with some countries. Can you be able to see those countries? Can you
Yes.
see those countries that border Switzerland?
Yes.
You can madam. German. We have German. We have Italy. are the three physical regions we have talked about that make up Switzerland. Then one of these regions, I want us to look at it, and this is the Swiss Jura. We have the Swiss Jura. If you can easily identify, this is the part that is covered with which color? Yes, Tracy?
Yellow.
Yellow, very good. So that part that is covered with this region comprises of about 10% of the total land area. This part, Jura, covers a total area of 10%. If you can easily look at the map, it has different characteristics. It has different characteristics, and I want us quickly to go through them. 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 The first characteristic is that this region consists of young fold mountain ranges with parallel synclines and anticlines. You know how fold mountains are formed. We are saying this region is mountainous and it mainly consists of fold ranges with parallel synclines and anticlines. That is physical geography. I'm sure I covered it in paper 1, how fold mountains are formed. Then 2, the fold ranges are punctuated by rivers, causing gaps. The fold ranges are punctuated by rivers, causing gaps, and these gaps are called classes. Members, that word can be highlighted, classes. And when we talk about classes, what do we mean? Classes refer, these are like narrow mountain pass or a gorge. So we are saying these fold mountains are punctuated and they cause gaps, and these gaps are called classes. Then number 3, the rocks are mainly limestone, which are permeable. Limestone rock. We have limestone rocks. They are permeable or they allow water to seep through. Then characteristic number 4, there are many limestone or what we can call karst features, like tunnel holes, caves, gorges, dry valleys, steep rocky cliffs, or glides. When we talk about glides, do you see that word glides?
Yeah.
Yes, glides, these are vertical. When we say glides, these are vertical crack up to, they are like vertical cracks. They are formed by dissolving of limestone by water that divides an exposed limestone surface into sections or cliffs. So we are saying that the rocks are mainly limestone and they form karst features. Characteristic number 5 is that the northern region has a flat-topped plateau. Remember, when we are talking about, when we are comparing it with East Africa. So we are also saying that the northern part of Jura has a flat-topped plateau. And characteristic number 6 is that the average or mean altitude height is about 350 meters above sea level. If you can compare what we are saying when we are comparing with East Africa. So the height here is about 750 meters above sea level. So we are saying that this one is, when you compare to East Africa, this one is like on a lowland. So That is the height of Jura above sea level. Members, because we had many problems here and there, I wish to stop here, and then I shall post all this on our class platform, and then we shall add on next time. I had a lot, but because of problems, we have not been able to cover all that I prepared, but next time, I promise I will start from here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, members. I wish you the best of the day.
Bye, madam.
Bye, madam.
Bye, madam.
Bye, madam. Bye, madam.
Bye, bye.
Bye, madam. Bye, madam.
Bye, madam.
Bye, madam. Bye.